We are back with a kind of a general update video. We have a few things we need to do today, but I also wanted to provide you some updates on the garage itself, as well as some other things at the property that are going on, because when I posted these on my Patreon, which can be found in the description below, a lot of you have found some good interest in it. So I figured I'd do this video update and show you what's going on. So along with those updates, there are some other things I need to get done. Two of my cars have unfortunate cracks in the windshield that really need to be fixed before they get a lot worse. One of them on the 900, and we have the couple here on the S3. Thankfully, for now at least, the 9.3 is all good. So I have this windshield repair kit I got from Rain-X, just from AutoZone. Before we do that though, I'd like to show you guys a couple of updates on what's going on with the garage. So first off, the lights from the old garage are now installed. You might notice a little bit of termite stuff here. This is a whole separate story that is being handled, but that evidence is just there until the termite guy comes back. The garage lights, when I moved in and when I'd filmed the first couple videos in this house, were one of those right there and another one of those right there. And so these lights are from the old garage. It completely transforms it. Right now, because it's broad daylight, you don't really notice the difference, but at night it is so clear in here now. I'm thinking I might get a second set of these to replace that backlight. Now, if I head out to the side yard here, one great suggestion that a lot of you have had, or when I came out and showed you all this side yard, which by the way, if you didn't see the video with the garage setup, I'll link it up here in the top corner, but this is kind of the setup we're dealing with, as you kind of just saw. One thing that got mentioned to me was putting a carport or something similar out here, which of course, fantastic idea. I love that idea. That's kind of the goal eventually, would be to take this wall that's currently at the back of the house, move it at least to even with the neighbor's wall right here. This is about 25 feet of space, which is, as you can see, plenty of room for two cars. So if I could at the same time get a carport attached to the house and maybe put some pavers down or something, that would be fantastic. But that is the long-term goal. So everyone that suggested that, you're on the same exact wavelength as me. Thank you for your ideas. If you have any other cool ideas, feel free to leave them down below. I haven't shown you all the backyard yet. It's currently a bit of a mess with the weeds we have, so please disregard that. That's a work in progress. But you might see here, we've actually got a shed. And this is kind of why the content lately has been a little bit slow rolling, is this shed right here has taken the last 3 weekends of my life, and as you can see, it's still not done. So I'll put some pictures on the screen, but we essentially leveled it. It was pretty level to begin with, and built this wood foundation out of some pressure treated 2x6s and then some 3/4 inch plywood. And then we got a shed on Amazon. This shed is 12 by 10, so it's pretty large. We're gonna have plenty of room to store a ton of stuff in here. And it's all held together by almost 700 of these little sheet metal screws. So of course, even with the drill, this has been extremely tedious. Every single one of these panels is also wrapped in a like plastic protectant layer. So peeling that off and installing all these has just been extremely time consuming. By the time you guys see this video, hopefully the roof will be on and the doors will be on and this will be done. But this has been what's been taking all of my time as of late, but I'm super excited to have a storage shed back here. As we head back to the garage, I actually took the 900 to Cars and Coffee this morning, which was a ton of fun. Got a couple compliments as usual on this thing, which was great, even though it was just parked in the spectator lot. I do have some footage from that. I'm actually going to roll here because before we get into replacing this, the windshield dents, or chips, I should say, I do want to tell you about Saab Owners Convention 2025. Saab Owners Convention, if you are not aware, is the annual Saab meet and event that is put on by our nationwide Saab Club of North America. So I've been going to these every year since 2017. Every year it moves around in different parts of the country. So first year I went, it was in California, then it was in Maryland, it's been in South Dakota, it's been Northeast, it's been Portland, everywhere. So this year it is actually going to be in New Jersey, in Parsippany, New Jersey, which we are nicknaming for the weekend Partsippany, New Jersey, for a variety of reasons. So the Owners Convention, I have some videos on my channel covering what the convention is all about. It's more than just a big meet. They have awards, they have a huge show field, you get to meet people from all over the country. They have seminars, or as they call them, Sabinars, There's a track day. There's just so many cool things going on. So I'm going to link the Saab Club's registration page at the top of the description, just that way you can check it out. I highly recommend going if you are even remotely close. I'll be flying out from Arizona to attend this year. But with SOC 42 promoted, let's tackle our windshield chips. So I mentioned the Audi has, actually it looks like it has 3 chips. Didn't realize this one down here. They're all quite large. This one specifically is right in my line of sight. The 900 has one very small one. I'm actually more concerned about the 900. Pretty sure windshields are still available for these, but if this crack does get worse, I'd rather jump on it now. This resin is not going to make the crack disappear, but it's going to restore the strength to the glass that has been compromised from the stone chip. So since the Audi's already in the garage, I'm going to start with that. Let's unbox this kit and get started. So again, I just got this Rain-X windshield kit at AutoZone. I think it was like $17. And it looks like it comes with a few different pieces. So you have your suction cup piece. So this essentially, you center up your crack or your hole or whatever it is in the middle of this, suction cup this on, and then there's a variety of different kind of, you have your hole that you pour the resin down into, and then you have this, it's almost like a punch that you screw this down, and this forces the resin, you can't really see it through there, but this forces the resin into that crack to seal it. After we put the resin in, it dries, we remove that, and then we're going to put this little sheet over top of it, I think to help kind of make it airtight and flatten it down. Peel that off, and then we use a little razor blade to scrape off the excess. So again, I've never done this before, but let's give it a shot and see how it goes. This video should really be sponsored by Rain-X. It'd be great if they want to sponsor me. But first thing I'll do just to be safe is make sure there's no debris or anything in here. So I'm just going to use some glass cleaner. So step 1 is going to be centering this guy over that hole. To take our little plunger looking thing here, it has a rubber boot on it, and so we need to screw this down until this is flush with the glass, kind of creating a seal. With that complete, it wants us to do 3 to 6 drops. I don't know how I'm supposed to tell if there's 3 or 6 drops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, since it's a pretty big hole. And then to force all of that resin down in the hole, we screw this little plunger in. And I need to make sure that there's no resin coming out the bottom of that there. So I'll take the plunger out and do the same exact thing again. Screw it back in, try to push any air out. Might be in there. And now I think we can loosen both of them. So I'm going to leave that there for now and move on to our second crack here. The big thing it says is to look at it from an angle and see if you can see any air bubbles. Mine looks all good. So I'll move on to the second one, and again we're just going to do the same exact thing. Now it wants you to get in the car. I couldn't do this with the first one. But get in the car and see how that looks from behind. It looks good to me. I do see a little bit of resin starting to drip down though, but I can't really see the crack itself, or the center of the crack I should say. So I think we might be good here. Let's remove this. Now for number 3. Okay, our next step are these curing strips, it looks like. So this one, again, being small, it doesn't have much that's really needed around the center point, but it does say to add some drops there as needed, and then again put this curing strip on. Don't need to press down or anything, just leave it on there. Just kind of trying to find the spider webs of the crack and going from there. I Thankfully we are in the Arizona sun, so this shouldn't take long, but now we need to back the car out into the sun and it'll essentially bake that resin on and dry it, and then we can remove the strips and get any leftover resin off with a razor blade. 10 minutes has passed. Let's peel this off. Uh-oh. Looks like all of my resin just came with it. So while attempt number 2 on that waits to dry, let's try attempt number 1. This chip here is comparatively smaller to the others, so hopefully it'll go a little bit smoother. All right, hopefully this turns out better than the other side. Start scraping. Yeah, pretty happy with how this one turned out. Trying to even find, where was it? It's right. Oh, the camera will not even pick it up, but it was right there below where my pinky is at. So camera won't even pick it up. There's no indentation, like meaning the resin actually did its job on this side. So I'm trying a different method on this go around on the Audi. I'm testing it on this one spot here, but this is a complete mess for now. But at least one is good.
A few moments later.
All right, I think we actually got this pretty decent. As you can see, the cracks themselves are far less pronounced. The interesting thing is that I think the little spider webs that came off each of them filled in very well, whereas the actual main chunk of glass that's missing the impact point still isn't perfect, but I think I at least restored a lot of the structural integrity of the glass. That should help this at least not spread any further in the future. Well, there you have it. That's an update on just everything that's kind of going on right now. As you can see, once the shed is done, I've got a lot of things I need to do to the Audi, some things to the 9.3 that are probably going to be a little bit less of a priority, and then also some things to the 900 outside. Again, make sure to check out SOC SCNA. I hope to see a lot of you there. I'll be linked down at the top of the description if you're interested in learning more about it. Highly, highly recommend going. And that's all I've got for today. Some more interesting videos coming soon once we get a lot of this house stuff done. But thank you all so much for watching and your continued support. We're getting so close to 100,000 subscribers. See you in the next one.